Okay, this is going to be my review for Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. I don't know why it's taking me this long to make it, but I've already finished the whole series. Yeah, I'm currently halfway through The Cursed Child, and I've finished all the 7 books up until then. So this review, just pretend that I haven't read the 6th book yet. I just finished the 5th book, pretend that. So I'm going to be reviewing it like I haven't seen the 6th, or haven't read the 6th or the 7th books. So, this is my favorite book so far. Yeah, this book was really great. Oh my god, it's so good. But there's just so much things. This is the review for the book and the movie. It's spoiler free. But there's just so many things about this book that I thought was so amazing. First off, new teacher, Umbridge. Yeah, it made so many of the chapters better. If Umbridge was replaced by another random professor like Slughorn, even though I think Slughorn's a good character, but just he wouldn't fit the story, I would think that, yeah, it was just boring chapters. But no, chapters were super good because they weren't boring. They had so much stuff in them, like almost every chapter had a ton of stuff in them. It's just all this, they're missing so much stuff from the movie. Like, the movie I thought was okay, but the book had just so much more. So, let me just talk about the book so far. Harry has some really good character development here. His character is changing a lot. I don't like how they did in the 4th movie, where they made Harry just basically become the 5th book. I don't know why they're, like, mixing the movies. I think in the 6th movie, I haven't seen the 6th movie yet, but I think in the 6th movie, they have all the Quidditch stuff and some more stuff about Harry, which I wish that they just did it in the 5th movie. I mean, it was the shortest movie. They could have had a 2.5 hour movie, but they didn't. So, yeah. This is really good. The defense against the Dark Arts teacher is amazing. All the Voldemort stuff is amazing. The final battle, Beyond the Veil, is probably the best fight scene in battle out of all of them. But, yeah. It's just, there's so many great stuff in this book. A lot of people say it's boring. That was never the case for me. I thought the 4th book was boring at times. But this book, there's a couple parts. Hagrid's tale. There was some parts at the end where it was kind of slow, just people talking for the whole thing. But they weren't that bad. They weren't bad compared to, like, Veritaserum from the 4th book. Like, that chapter was just boring. These chapters are good. I do say that once you get halfway through to Hogwarts, the book kind of becomes a little slow, and it's like, okay, when's this stuff going to happen? Because you get, the very beginning is really good, and then when they get to Hogwarts, it's really good. And then they're at Hogwarts for a lot. And then slowly they go to St. Mungo's. Christmas happens. And then it's just kind of like, okay. There's some amazing chapters. I don't want to spoil anything. But all the stuff with Cho. Cho is one of my least favorite characters along with Dobby. I do not like Cho at all. And there's a lot of stuff in this book that just makes it so, like, fitting. I don't know, some people say that Harry should have married. Okay, well, I was like literally just a spoiler, but I think Harry should have. Some people say Harry should have married Cho in the end of the book series. No. That would not work at all. That literally makes no sense. Like, Cho is so annoying. But this book, especially when you get towards the end, you have Snape backstory chapter. You have Creature, who is just a super interesting character. Then there's the Department of Mysteries and Beyond the Veil chapters. And oh my gosh, it's just amazing. Like, this book is so fun, and especially the death at the end of the book, it's amazing. Now, I don't really have much to say. It's a good book. Yeah. The movie, I think, has some problems. I think they cut way too much stuff out. Like, they cut some very important stuff. They cut Quidditch out, and they cut all the stuff with Cho out, besides for, like, the beginning stuff with Cho. Like, Cho's a character, but then, like, I don't know how they're going to do this in the 6th book, but Harry, but like Cho is a much bigger character in the book than in the movie. In the movie, she's just like there, does something, and then she's missing for the rest of the book. And then, but in this book, in the Order of the Phoenix book, she goes. I haven't seen the sixth movie, so I don't know how they're gonna do that. But yeah, they're also missing a lot of the stuff with Ginny. Ginny has some very important character development in the fifth book, and it's just not there at all because Ginny is like not even a character in the fifth movie, and everything just feels rushed in the movie. Like all the stuff just feels rushed. They cut out a lot of the stuff at the end that I thought was really important with Sirius. They cut off like after the final battle and stuff. They just cut out a lot of that stuff. And I don't know why. Like, they could have made the movie longer, but they didn't. And the movie also feels a lot more, like, the fifth movie feels darker than the fourth movie, which doesn't make sense at all, but that's just how it is. Besides for, like, the finale, the Out of the Veil chapter in the movie. Besides for that, the whole Hogwarts stuff just feels so much more lighter than the fourth one. Like, I don't like the fourth movie seems they just went from the third movie, which was super light, and then they just went super dark all of a sudden. I don't know why, but and then the fifth movie they like say it's not as dark as the fourth one. I just think that's not very consistent, but I still really enjoyed the movie. When I was watching it, I was like, this is my favorite, and then after I watched it, I was like, okay, it's not my favorite, but it's good. So yeah. I totally forgot what I rated the movie. It was like an 89? That's pretty good. I don't think I rated an 89, but check the description to see what my ranking was. I know what I rated the book. I rated the book a 95%. Yeah, it goes from the other ones, which are in the 80s, all the way to a 95. This is saying this before reading the 6th and 7th books. This is probably my favorite book of all time. Like, book, not Bone, because Bone is not a book, but Bone is really good. But yeah, it's amazing. It's so good. Now I gotta go back and read The Cursed Child, which is... it's not very good. Bye. Oh, yeah, bye.